The Pacific Northwest, USA. Thousands of years ago, this coast was not just water and rock, it was a highway. While many still picture Asian people trudging across an icy land bridge from Siberia to Alaska, others believe they came this way by sea. Along the coast, following food and survival, this is the story of the coastal migration theory.
Alright team, we're just about a mile up from Cape Flattery. I hope we don't find anything else but wet socks this time. Oh, we will. These cliffs have sheltered some of the first people to reach North America, travelers who followed the coastline instead of crossing frozen land. Still sounds far-fetched. The land bridge is there, a solid stretch of dirt connecting Siberia and Alaska. Why risk the ocean? Because, Marcus, the so-called ice-free corridor inland didn't open until after people were already here. The timeline doesn't fit.
Genetics support that. Coastal population show the DNA lineages they reached here first. For centuries, the land bridge theory dominated textbooks, but now new sites along the Pacific coast in Washington, Oregon, and even California tell another story. Our tribal story say the same. My ancestors came by sea, flowing the Howe forest and the wells. The ocean has always been our road.
And every culture leaves clues, songs, carvings, even words that remember the journey. Oral histories are time machines. They carry truths archaeology is only starting to catch up with.
So the argument is they didn't cross dirt, they followed the coast?
Exactly. Look around. Cliffs, islands, protected coves. The Pacific Rim was rich in life. Fish, shellfish, seaweeds, safer, more food, milder climate. The sea was a living supermarket and a map.
And when the tide went out of thousands of years ago, whole landscapes appeared, campsites, beaches, rivers, now all under hundreds of feet of water. Imagine what stories lie buried there.
The continental shelf extended miles farther west. If we could drain the ocean, we'd see an entire lost world, forests, trails, perhaps even the first villages.
Picture it. Small boats were made of wood and hide, hugging the shoreline, stopping at coves like this. Families watching the dawn rise over the new world. Boats, that early? People in Japan and Indonesia were sailing 10,000 of years before this. Why not here? Humans have always used what they had, and the ocean was right there.
We call them pioneers, but they were simply people, explorers, parents, storytellers. They didn't see danger, they saw a horizon.
And with lower sea levels back then, much of their evidence lies underwater now, hidden but waiting.
We're mapping these ancient shorelines right now. Underwater caves, terraces, old river mouths, clues carved into the seabed. Each one tells a part of this forgotten route.
So if I find one of those ancient boats under there, do I get a raise? Following the kelp forest and the whales, the ocean has always been our road.
You earn something better, a place in the story of how people first reached this land.
And that's what this is really about. Not just proving a theory, but remember every wave, every shell, every story, it's part of the same journey.
For a long time, the idea of crossing an icy bridge ruled history. But today, on this American coast, a new understanding rises like the tide.
This route makes sense, faster, safer, and supported by evidence along the Pacific shoreline. The first Americans didn't wait for glaciers to melt. They sailed past them.
The ocean doesn't separate us, it connects us, it always has.
Alright, maybe your kelp highway isn't just a fantasy. Maybe the first footsteps on US soil came from the sea. Exactly. The coast wasn't an obstacle, it was the doorway.
And so the story of America's first people began not on the bridge of dirt, but on the waves of the Pacific. They didn't cross the land, they followed the sea.
Wait, redo that.
And they carry archaeology, truth, reset. The continental shelf extended miles farther west. If we could drain the ocean, we'd see. Coming closer. She won't see you. Is he getting it, Zine?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright.